تبارك الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه. In the name of the Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, may His peace and blessing be showered upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his companions, upon his entire household, and upon all those who follow their steps of righteousness until the day of resurrection. Brothers and sisters in Islam, my fellow Gambians, I'm pleased and happy to send off all of you my greatest greetings. In the first place, the Islamic greeting, and then the traditional greetings, because we are Muslims and non-Muslims in the Gambia here. And all of us has right to be greeted before addressed. The reason of the audio is that all of us, most of us, if not all of us, is aware that in these days the Gambian climate is full of the issue of hijab crisis. As a matter of fact, let us not exaggerate things and not to take them beyond of their borders, their reasonable borders. We should understand that Islam is a simple religion and is a religion of peace. Even the word salam and Islam means peace. So we, the Muslims, we never intend, as true Muslims, I mean, we never intend to cause any chaos or violence in the Gambian society. But the truth of the issue is that we should be allowed to exercise our faith and our religion, which is Islam. So denying our girls, our Muslim girls, to exercise their religious right in terms of wearing their veils, meaning hijabs, is something very amazing and should be immediately stopped. Why? I'm not saying that Gambia is an Islamic country, because the constitution is not Islamic. It's a man-made. That is the fact. Nevertheless, Gambia is a Muslim country because Muslims are the majority of the population. So they have right, equal right, if not more right, to be exercised. Those who, of our fellow Muslims who try to add their voices to Christians in this country, particularly heads and principals and masters of those Christian schools, who are famous of doing this negative act, let them know that they are wrong. As a Muslim, when there is an issue between Muslims and non-Muslims, you have to respect your religion. But voicing against your religion, Islam, and voicing against your fellow Muslims, really this is a big sad. But the issue is that there is a Muslim by name and there is a true Muslim. And the two are different. But if one knows that he is not a true Muslim, because he knows nothing about Islam, then let them keep quiet and remain silent. Because as far as Islam is concerned, no one is allowed to talk and discuss matters of Islam, to talk about matters of Islam and discuss Islamic affairs without being knowledgeable and well-versed person of Islam and its rules and regulations. So as far as this is the case, I'm very interested to let those people who don't know anything about Islam, to let them know that they should keep quiet and remain silent and don't talk about Islamic issues and affairs. They are not allowed to do so, Islamically and socially. If you are not a doctor, should you be allowed to operate people? Should you be allowed to describe medicines of people? No. If you continue to do that, then the public health or Ministry of Health has pretty right to take you to court, to sue you. Then in comparison to that, let you also not to talk about Islam as far as you are completely ignorant of Islam. Gambia today is different from Gambia yesterday. Islamic public preachers, most of them yesterday couldn't speak English, and anyone also tried to even insult them in English, most of them couldn't understand it. But the matter is quite different from today. Quite different from today. Today we have Muslim public preachers who are well versed in English than most of those who spend all of their ages or most of their lives studying English language. And this is a favor from the Almighty Allah, no one can deny it. So as far as English language is concerned today, we are all the same. Or some of us even are more than others. So everyone should be very careful about this reality and not to try to talk and insult Muslims in your speech, believing that or thinking that I can say whatsoever I like to say and there will be no understanding, not to even talk about commenting on it in the same language, which is English. This matter of hijab is a critical part of our Islam. And there's no any single man-made law in this world that condemns people from exercising their religious rights and maintaining their faiths. So if so is the case, then we should be aware that we should have limit in our words. Over speaking or over voicing, violating the limits of religion and humanity, no one can rationalize it. And it is something completely unnecessary, even particularly in societies like the Gambian society. You can talk, no problem, but don't insult Muslims. And if you do claim that you are a Muslim, why then adding your voice to non-Muslims in order to go against Islam and your own fellow Muslims in this country? You should fear Allah and know that one day you will die. And the Almighty Allah is going to judge. This is the fact of the issue. Truly, one can say that we have no problem with Gambian Christians, but we are having problem with our own fellow Muslims by name. Those who deny to call them a non-Muslim, but at the same time, they are hypocrites. Their Islam is just hypocrisy. So the matter is very sad. Please, if you want to live in peace in the sight of the Almighty Allah and the sight of good Muslims, then let you fear Allah and keep quiet if you cannot voice with Muslims when Islamic affairs are discussed. But don't try again to voice against Islam and Muslims. If you do so, then you will be perished by the divine power. So everyone should be very careful about this reality. Either you support Muslims when discussing Islamic affairs, or you keep quiet. If not, please let me remind you that you are just one of the Almighty Allah's servants, and Allah is most powerful and most wise. To this point, this audio again is a warning to all those hypocrite Muslims who call themselves Muslim, but at the same time, we see that when issues of Islam are around, they voice with non-Muslims just to insult their own fellow Muslims. The truth is that they are Muslims by name, but by reality, they are hypocrites. And thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm your brother, Dr. Alhagie Kemo Ndure of Haji Kunda, Associate Professor in Quranic Education and Islamic Studies. Thank you.